Mr. José Luis Fernández Martínez, General Director at Grupo Planeta Formación y Universidades. Mr. Antonio Ragusa, Dean of the Rome Business School. Faculty and staff of Rome Business School. Students, family, and friends. Good afternoon from my side to all of you. I would like to thank Rome Business School for inviting me to this graduation ceremony. It's really a great honor for me to be the patron of the day. Today is an important day for all of you. You have finished your studies and are starting or restarting to deep dive in the business world. I remember when this happened to me many years ago. I was really excited and anxious. Actually, I said finished your studies, but one first recommendation to you is that you never stop studying and that you will continue to read books, management books, articles like Harvard Business Review, and continue to be curious and willing to continue learning. This should never stop. I would like now to give you a few ideas, a few tips of what I've learned in almost 40 years of career and 64 years of life. They may be useful for you. These ideas are coming from facts, experience, from stories of my life. The first stories I would like to tell you is about my passion about reading books. I come from a family of professors of literature, more exactly Russian literature. My grandfather started the studies of Russian literature in Italy, and then my mother followed him. Russian writers used to write very long novels. The Brother Karamazov, 1100 pages. Anna Karenina, 900 pages. War and Peace, 1200 pages. I read most of them. Really fantastic book, very long stories. However, the one I liked more is a collection of short stories, Petersburg Tales from Nikolai Gogol, and more specifically, one named The Overcoat. This is the story of a modest government clerk and copyist in the Russian capital of St. Petersburg, who puts a lot of passion and dedication in copying documents. What is a very simple job becomes for him a masterpiece, something worth spending a lot of effort. He is really passionate and excited just by copying documents. And he loves each letter he's drawing. What I've learned is that any job can be done with passion, even the simplest one. Any job can be delivered with excellence and give satisfaction to whom is doing. So my first suggestion to you is that whatever your first job will be, you can do it in an excellent way and it can become a great job. The second story is about when I started my career in automotive. This happened in 1964. Now, before you do some strange calculation in your mind to figure out how old I am, I will tell you, I was 7 years old. One day my father gave me as a gift a big book, the World Catalog of Automobile. Then I started to deep dive in it, looking at the various features of each car, comparing them, recognizing them in the streets. And I got passion for the automotive world. When 20 years later, after my MBA, I started working at Ford Motor Company, and I was asked to develop price and product comparison. I already knew that job. And now, in the last 15 years at Jaguar Land Rover, Italy has been a leading country, achieving excellent level of performance And one reason for that is for sure the strong focus we dedicated to product, emphasizing its feature and creating some special derivatives, some special versions for Italy. So my suggestion is to always follow your passions in the business and in your personal life. You are your passions. Passion is what gives you an incomparable boost to what you do, capitalizing on your competence and skills. Competence and skills is what you have learned at business school and gives you the basic ingredients to be an effective professional and manager. Passion is what will give you the acceleration to be a leader. You should always follow your passion in your personal life too. The commitment you put there is again the fuel that will activate your creativity, strengthen your personality, and stimulate out-of-the-box ideas. Don't give up your passions because you have to work. Maybe you have to do it for some times, but don't give up forever. Always find some time to cultivate your passions. I always loved to practice in sports. I did many in my life. More recently, I still go windsurfing and play golf. When you go windsurfing, you are alone in the nature. You are challenging the sea and the wind, and you have to have the courage to sustain the challenge. Often you are alone in strong wind and big waves, and need to find in yourself the inner strength. How many times I had to do the same in business. Working as a team is important, but we should never underestimate the strength of a team. But sometimes as a leader, you are alone in front of important, huge decisions. In terms of passion, of course, family ties are a passion too. My wife and my children. They are really important in the balance of my life and help me to overcome difficult moments, even if they know they are number 3 in the list after windsurfing and golf. There are two other things that I have learned in my career. The first is that you should never lose your sense of humor. Think at it like a doctor told you have to laugh at least twice a day. Look at facts, at situation in a different perspective. From the outside, from far away, they will seem to you less dramatic. Always look at the funny side of the events. Don't be afraid of making jokes. I make jokes to relax after a long meeting or after tough discussions. Some of them may be stupid, but still can work. I always try to find a reason to smile. This could be the rule. Always find a reason to smile. As a result, people will look at you as a nice person with whom it's pleasant to be. They will consider you an open person because you make them smile. Conflicts may play down. Communication can become less formal and easier. In addition, your life will be better because your heart, the cradle of your emotion, will laugh. One last thing. In my long experience at Jaguar Land Rover, no doubt we achieved some extraordinary results. We are the 4th country in the world in terms of number of Jaguar Land Rover sales, after US, China, and UK. We sold 30,000 units in a record year, 10,000 Jaguar, 20,000 Land Rover. Our market share in Italy is 1.5 times the share of the second best in Europe. And we are the country with the highest level of efficiency in the GLA world in terms of managing business costs. So we did great. Yes, we did. But what is left when the dust covers the paper of the results achieved? Not much. Some will remember the results, but time is passing and other results are coming. So what is really important in the long term is not numbers, the hard facts of your career. If I look back at what my legacy is not sales record, is not market share, is not cost efficiency. My legacy will be the people that are now working at Jaguar Land Rover. The time I spent selecting them, I always interview the 3 last candidates for all people to be hired, even at neograduate level. The effort I dedicated to train them on business knowledge and more particularly on soft skill. The care I gave to offer them career opportunities at national and international level through job rotation. Talking about leadership, Mahatma Gandhi once said, "A sign of a good leader is not how many followers you have, but how many leaders you create." Thank you.